And now, as is tradition, let us remind ourselves of our sacred duty by recounting our history. And lo, it is said that over 1,000 years ago, Lord Bruno the Questionable, riding forth on his pony Trixie the Nervous, seed of Brian the Not So Nervous, and bandaging his trusty sword, Bottom Whacker, came upon Asenhand one day. It is not clear if he found it by mere chance, or if indeed he was guided forth. But find it he did, and after many battles with the previous tenants, some long, some short, some not as short as the really short ones, but not long enough to be deemed long.
Come on.
After smiting the above aforementioned enemies, he came hither upon the secret chamber at the very heart of Asenhand. A chamber buried deep within the bowels, caverns so deep that it would take a man many moons to reach, especially without the aid of public transport. And issuing forth from said chamber, Lord Bruno did witness the power of the old gods. And lo, he swore then and forevermore to guard this secret from all whom would seek to covet, to steal or take back to theirs the sacred Daedric artifacts. The very artifacts that we, his descendants, now protect. For when Lord Bruno the Questionable came forth from the place, he gathered his sons to aid him, Broomfondle and Magic Thighs, who in turn also, in awe of the power of the keys, also swore to protect their secret. And so, after much time, quite a lot of time actually, his children also passed down the sacred tradition to their children. And thus also did their children, and their children, and their children, etc., etc. For Broomfondle beget Eric the Wise, and Magic Thighs Michael the Earnest,
or Melchett,
who in turn beget Dorothy the Ladyboy,
I say Melchett,
whom beget Harold the Flatulent.
I think we all know our history.
My lord.
Honestly, Melchett, that's quite enough. There's a good chap. Look, I appreciate that all of this, was built upon tradition and ceremony, but lately I've been wondering if we have perhaps been ignoring the bigger picture.
Whatever do you mean, Grand Elder?
Well, let me start by asking you all this. How old is the youngest of us?
Reginald's 63.
62 3/4, actually. Not that you know, you geriatric fool. Brothers, don't you see? That's my point. We are all getting on a bit. Speak for yourself. Tell me, how are we to continue this tradition without procreation?
Procreation?
Yes, you know, when a man and a woman, you know. Grand Elder, what's a woman?
Don't be daft. Everyone knows what a woman is.
Oh, well, what then?
You know, small, dainty thing with long hair, without a beard.
I saw one of them once. Long hair and gangly. If you're referring to the incident over 40 years ago, I'm afraid to inform you that the person in question was in fact a man. Look, the fact that the majority of you can't recognize a woman proves my point. Well, I always thought that was a woman.
Whatever happened to her?
She got away, I think. Strange man, spouting out them silly poems and songs. Look, the point is, all of this, us, our traditions, the whole caboodle, is pretty much useless if it all ends with our generation. No. If we are to survive, then we must find a means to continue our lineage. I'm afraid that one of us will have to go up there to the outside world and bring back a woman.
Well, I'm up for it. I'll show her my fruity moves. That will bring back 100 women.
Now that's just being silly. You're almost as old as me. No, I think that Reginald, as the youngest of us, is the safer bet. But perhaps you could all pull together whatever little knowledge you have regarding women and perhaps induct him into what to expect. My mind is made up, my brothers. Go forth now. Prepare, Reginald. Our very future depends upon this endeavor. Come along, Reginald. I think I know where there's some ancient dwarven undergarments we can practice on.
Really? Can I come too?